Hi, this is Miss Michelle, and I'm going to be going over the 6A.2, the greatest common factor in factoring trinomials notes. This will probably be some of the most important notes that you need to get for this year because factoring follows you. You will do a little bit in geometry, but in Algebra 2, your 11th grade year, you will factor. So make sure if you are not understanding or need extra practice, ask your teacher. All right, let's get started. We're going to just start with what is a factor, okay? And a factor is the operation of multiplication. So I'm looking at 20, and I want to figure out two numbers that I can multiply to get to 20. I like to start off with my counting numbers is what I like to call them. So if I have 1, what can I multiply 1 to get to 20? And that is 20. And then I'm going to go to 2. 2 times what gives me 20? And that's 10. I'm going to ask myself, can 3 go into 20 evenly? And that's no. And then 4 times 5 gives me 20. And then I'm back at 5 times 4, and I call this a repeat offender because 4 times 5 and 5 times 4 is the same. So I like to squiggle that out, and these are all the pairs that I have. These are all the factors of 20, okay? Two numbers that I can multiply to get to 20. All right, I'm going to do the same thing for 48 now. So I'm going to start with my counting numbers. 1 times what gives me 48? 48. 2 times what gives me 48? 24. 3 times what gives me 48? 16. 4 times what gives me 48? 12. Can 5 go into, and I don't want decimals or fractions, so can 5 go into 48 evenly? Nope. 6 times 8. 7 cannot go into 48, and then I'm back at 8 times 6, which again, a repeat offender, what I like to call it. So these are all the pairs of 48. These are all the factors of 48, okay? So now let's look, what factors do they have in common? So I'm gonna go look at my list. I have a 1 in common with each. So 1, we have 2 in common. So I'm going to list 2. We have 4 in common. And do we see any other numbers that are the same? And that is no. So my common factors are 1, 2, and 4. Of those 3 pairs, what is the greatest factor or the greatest number? And that is 4.